Hello and welcome to another update video on Bitcoin. Yeah, just a quick update here. Bitcoin has at least possibly formed a local low. Remember that the 4-hour time frame went into the oversold region. We talked about that in the last video just a few hours ago. Showed you here how on the 4-hour time frame we had entered oversold territory, and how in the past this is often coincided with larger movements to the upside. Sometimes there was a higher low than on the RSI and the lower low on the price chart that led then to a bullish divergence. But very often in the last few months we have seen when the price hit oversold on the 4-hour time frame, well, we have seen movements to the upside. Sometimes stronger, sometimes not so strong. So it made sense to look for a bit of a bounce, but that bounce remains weak for now. So what are our resistance areas? Our resistance area, which is now relevant, I've got two resistance areas on the chart. The very first one is between 110,112 and 114,246. I think we now need to just observe this overnight and see how the market reacts there. If we get a rejection, a strong rejection from there, and a 5-wave decline, which then also takes out this swing low from Thursday, which now formed at around 106,400. This could set the stage for a further decline at least to 99k. My concern is this might not be enough if this is really a 1-2 setup. Yeah, it might be enough. It might be okay. Yeah, this could send us lower in 5 waves. So that's the directly bearish scenario, which is on the chart, to reflect basically the idea that wave B could have topped already. So reminder, A wave down, B wave up, and then because of the 5-wave move down that we saw from the Monday high, this could be a wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, 4, 5. As always, if we get a wave 2, it should be corrective, a 3-wave move. So if we see any 5-wave movements to the upside, it might be something more bullish. And also, if we break above the 78.6 retracement at 114,246, it might also be something more bullish. So that would then take us to the orange scenario, in which a larger B wave is still a possibility. But I have to say the 5-wave decline, I mean, it's always a bit, question of interpretation, right? But it does look like a 5-wave decline. So if we now get let's say a more impulsive move to the upside and break above initial resistance, the door opens to the next resistance area, and that would be the resistance area for a larger B wave. Absolutely possible. And then resistance will be between 115,955 and 121,746. These are the two resistance areas that are now relevant and prevent the market from reaching all-time highs. We need to break above both to clearly have some evidence that we're moving on our way, or that we are on our way to 130k. So that means at the moment we have to remain open to the idea of new highs, but with a clear 3-wave move up from the 17th of October low. I haven't got that evidence right now that we're already on our way to all-time highs, right? So there are quite a few resistances that would need to be overcome, and for now I think the first resistance area has already provided resistance. We have already seen a small rejection, so you have some clear resistance levels to watch there. You should now know the roadmaps for the more directly bearish count, yellow, but that would require let's say an impulsive decline from that the lower resistance area. And you know the roadmap for the larger bounce scenario. You could call that short-term bullish, with resistance between 115,955 and 121,746. And also, these are two opportunities for the bears to take the lead from there or from there. Both likely. My concern is just the yellow count might play out because of the 5-wave decline. And the move down wasn't long enough to be a reset of wave 4. It's an area at the moment in the market, or an environment here, where there's a lot of indecision, and For now, as long as pullbacks remain corrective, we might be dealing with a yellow wave 2. If we get an impulse or a 5-wave move, it might be wave C in orange. Any break above resistance might be the 3rd wave, but with only a 3-wave move up, it's very speculative. So I'd say the white count for now, very speculative because of the depth of the decline and the break below this swing low from Wednesday the 22nd. I'll keep you updated. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.